It's Diana with stampingwithdie.com, ready for another fun week of stamping. And this is this week's Mimeograph Monday. And when I'm done, I'm going to pick the fifth winner for the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So that's exciting. All right, I'm just gonna make sure I'm in the group. And I think I am on the channel. All right, looks good. I want to make sure everybody can see. All right. Oh yeah, good. Okay, so today I'm going to be using a good man. Now, also I'm going to be using some stuff that's leaving. So the retired list is out, so you want to make sure that you do not wait till the last minute to order retired stuff. That's regards to anything, dies, stamp sets, embellishments, you name it. Especially the in-color stuff that is leaving. And there's a few surprise things that are leaving, so I feel that those will definitely leave quickly before the end of the catalog. So make sure you get your wish list going and you get your order in so you don't miss out. All right, so I'm gonna turn the camera. Hi, Marcy. Let's see here. Turn the camera. All right. So let me move that out of the way. Okay, so what the card is that I am going to be doing is this one right here. This one had caught my eye like as soon as I saw it in the catalog. So it's time that I do it. That's what I say. So that's the one that I'm going to do. All right. So let me put that aside. So I have my little recipe. Hi, Barbara. Hi, Stacy. So, and what I have done is I've marked so I don't forget. So these are the things that are retiring that I have marked in the yellow. So I need to remember to mention that as I'm doing the card. Okay. So what I'm using, I showed you the stamp set. In case you're just joining, I am using a Good Man. Is this stamp set that I'm going to be using. I'm going to refresh my page. Refresh. Oh, well, I thought that was something different. Okay, it is what it is. There we go. All right, so a Good Man is a stamp set. Then I'm going to be using Friendly Silhouettes. Now, this is one of the dies that is retiring. So if you like these little things, the little cattails are super fun, little flowers, you want to make sure that you grab that. I'm also using Stitched Shapes, and I hope you're sitting down, but yes, this one is leaving too, although it will forever be in my stamping stash. And Layering Circles. I'm going to be using that one too. All right. Let's see. All right, so we are using gray granite cardstock. So that is my card base. One thing that I'm so happy about that is not leaving is the In Good Taste DSP. And that is this right here. I use this all the time. In fact, I need to order some more because this card pretty much used up all that I had left of this design. So, and I even had to go in my little stash of DSP scraps. I have a folder that holds all my DSP scraps. So anything that's smallish. And I just toss them in there because you never know when you'll use them. And in fact, today was the day because I had some long strips and I needed those because I didn't have enough, this way. So never throw your little DSP scraps away. All right, so let's get started with the card. And we are also, So one of the things that they did was they actually did some paper piecing. So what that means is I stamped the man, the relaxing man. We're going to call him Jeffrey because this card will go to my husband. And I want to get a grid sheet too so I can color. Come here, grid sheet. Da, 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 da. All right. So what you do is you stamp whatever you want on your DSP. So this is just another piece of the DSP from that set. So I stamped it on there. Then I'm going to take my dark petal Stampin' blends, and I'm just simply going to color over top. Let me flip that around. I'm just going to color his shirt. And what is so cool is when you color this, it brings out the design of that DSP even better. So you can really see like the pattern on the shirt. So anyway, so I'll set that aside so it can dry. I also stamped our man, Jeffrey, on the layering circle, and I'm going to color him. Now, the recipe had me using a blender pen and ink pads, so I am switching it that way in regards to that I'm going to be coloring the whole Jeffrey with the blends instead of using the blender pens and the ink pads. But totally, if you're, if you don't have the blends, just, use what you have on hand. All right, so I'm going to take my dark petal and we're going to color our guy. I should give him brown legs on the top. If this is Jeffrey, I should give him nice brown legs on the top and then white feet about up to here, because that's what he's like about now, just because we've had winter, so he's not been wearing shorts. All right, or not been wearing his flip-flops much, so his legs aren't tanned. All right, and then the light petal pink to finish him off. And then ivory for the ground. Now, they didn't say where ivory was, so ivory could have been his skin that they used, but I kind of like to use the petal pink, so I'm just using the ivory on the bottom and a little bit of soft suede, just so that that's your dirt. Then his shirt is going to be cut out, right? Because I already did the shirt. I want to do the hat with the old olive. So this is just a dark old olive. And while I have the old olive out, I'm going to come over. So this is that die that I cut out. This is that Way Cool Friendly Silhouettes. I trimmed it down a little bit. And what I want to do is, while I have the dark old olive, I'm just going to put a little bit of the dark old olive on my grass pieces, just so that they have a couple different variations of color. And it will dry, and it just changes it subtly. It out, I'm going to grab the dark soft suede and I'm going to color my cattails. And I'm just holding the die so I don't bend it. So I'm just kind of holding the cattail flat down so that I can color it. So this just brings these cattails to life. I love this little die. It is so, so cute. Because it just adds so much to the card. It makes it look so lifelike. All right, last one. And then I'll put that aside and let that dry. Okay, I have my little stack of stuff drying. All right, let me bring Jeffrey back and we'll finish coloring him. All right, so the chair is the dark balmy blue. So that's up here. Is that the dark? Yep. And here's chair, and here's chair, and here's chair. And then the light to finish my chair out. Like so. Okay. And then I'll finish his hat. So the light bulb olive to finish his hat. And then I'll get that dark, just so that I'll color that headband or the band of the hat. And that's just with the dark, soft suede. All right. Now his shorts are, I chose Light Night of Navy. So the recipe used the Misty Moonlight because they were using the blends. But it's super dark in the blends. So I'm just picking the Light Night of Navy. So I did change it a little bit there. So go around his leg where his shorts are. And I'm just using just the one because it's a pretty dark color. Then I'll color in his pants. My husband likes the dark jean. He's not a super fan of the light jean. Like, of course, when you wash, they get lighter. He's fine. But if I'm going to buy him pants or shorts, he likes them to start out dark. All right. Then I need my scissors, which are hiding, of course. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out the little shirt. So we're going to cut out the shirt. This is simple, easy to cut that out. Plus it's DSP, right? So it's not super thick. So it's super easy to cut. So I'm just going around the line. And then what I'll do is I'm going to use glue dots to put this on the card right over top of the other one. Now, if you're worried that you're not going to cut it evenly, you can, and let me show you. If you're worried of anything showing, you can take that same blend and come in here and add a little bit of blend to here. So if any of the edges stick out, they'll have color on them. So you won't see that white back there. Okay, so then let me take my glue dot. And I love paper piecing. It's kind of one of those things that you don't do for a while, and then you do it once, and then you want to paper piece everything. So the trick is you want to have a DSP that has a small design to it so that you can take advantage of why you're doing it for one reason. But it adds clothes on if you have a stamp set with clothing, it's a way to add like texture so you can see. So look how cute. His t-shirt has got that pattern on there now. So that's super neat. Okay, so let's attach Jeffrey to the stitched shape circle. Oop, hang on a minute. I got a little bit of the I usually clean them off with the brush. You know how you get, what do you call them? Chads, the little bit of papers that hang, the paper hairs. So I usually clean them off, and I forgot. But that cleans off all those little edges that you sometimes have on your cards. All right, so let's bring this back over. And we're going to attach strips. So I cut them this way because that's what they did in the catalog. So basically what this is doing is it's kind of giving you almost like a barn door look. All right, so that's going to go up there. And I cut it a little bit longer so I can trim it off. So you're getting kind of like a barn. Oh, hi, Eris. And a little cloudy. I know we've been having some cooler weather here in Arizona. Okay, so then what I also want to do is I also am going to trim a little bit. So I want it still attached, but I just want that to be not so long because I'm actually going to stick it like underneath here. So I want this underneath here, and then you decide where your guy is going to go. So this is going to go here, and Jeffrey's going to slide under here. So that looks pretty good. So then I know that how far I have to stick my grass down or my cattails. So put my cattails, and then I'm just going to quickly touch that. And it'll grab a hold of my cattails. Then I can put more adhesive, and then we can stick it to the card. So isn't this fun? I loved this card. Oh my gosh. I love this DSP. All right. So now we have that. Let me trim this little edge off. And I'm going to leave the cattail. So I trimmed this edge, but I'm leaving my cattail loose. Okay? I'm leaving my cattail. So it's off of the card. All right. Now also my cattails are loose here. So see, they're not attached here because he's behind them. All right. So then I'm going to take my Jeffrey, and I want some dimensionals because I want him popped on the back. I don't know necessarily. I don't remember seeing dimensionals. Oh yes, dimensionals were on the list. All right. So I'm just going to assume he was popped. They may have popped the shirt, but I just used glue dots. All right. So now I'm just going to kind of bend the card a little bit just to move up my little cattails so that I can stick Jeffrey down inside there. And I want to push him down just a tad. There we go. So there he's in place. And then I stamped my Relax Your Way on Balmy cardstock. Excuse me. And I punched it out with a classic label. Now, classic label is one of my favorite go-to punches because it punches out the sayings like so good. This is also retiring. So make sure you grab that as well. I'm also using the Forever Greenery ribbon. That is retiring too, as well as the Ornate Garden Ribbon Combo Pack. So this is retiring too. So I'm just going to cut myself a length of that so I don't have to have the whole spool. But this I need to order more of because I've used this so much that I'm using up this one too. So how funny is that? All right. So now this is going to go here. So I'm just kind of eyeballing where I need to cut my ribbon. And this is so fun because you can fray it. So we've got our ribbon here. Then we have, this one's going to be a little shorter. And then this one. So we have our strips of ribbon. And let me show you what I mean about fraying it. So you take your ribbon, and one side will fray better than the other. So when you pull, look at how that's fraying. So this is a side that doesn't fray as good. So you kind of have to fiddle fart with it. But you can still get that fray, and that's however they have sewn the ribbon. So we're getting that kind of look to it. So then, you know, this side is the one that you're going to really go like cuckoo and fray it a lot. But I'm not going to fray it tons. I just want to fray it just a little bit because then what it does is it looks almost like, and I'm just trimming these little ends off. It kind of reminds me of like a fisherman net or whatever, just that look of it being frayed. And they did like that in the catalog. All right, so I frayed that end and then fray this in. So most of your ribbons you can do that too. unless they're like really, really fine. Like this has got really fine. So you probably could if you wanted to, but I want to say that this edge here, this kind of a hard sole or whatever, I think it's going to be more of a pain in the butt. So I don't know if I would necessarily fray that one. All right. So then we have our ribbons. Then I'm going to take the tear tape. Now the tear tape is a retiring, but it's just being reconfigured in the catalog. So some things just got reconfigured, and this is one of them. All right, so I'm just putting some tear tape on the back. And I'll cut myself a strip there and a strip there. All right, so this one's got some. This one's going to have some. So it's fun doing the Mimeograph Monday because it's, like I said before, it's almost like I'm doing a class with Stampin' Up. They have figured out the card. Now I am just repeating it. Whether I'm doing it identical or not. Everybody stamps differently, but it pretty much looks the same when you get it done. All right, we had our Over the Border Spring Social, Virtual Spring Social this weekend. It was so awesome. We had... I can't remember now how many people on the Zoom. Not everybody did the Zoom, so, but it's just so fun. So we had stampers from Canada, and stampers from the United States. So it was great seeing everybody. But it's the same kind of thing. So as we were demonstrating, we were just like, okay, these are the colors that we used. But if you don't have them, you just use the colors that you have at home. But they got... you know, certain stamp sets that they used. I'm trying to peel my tear tape with my eyeballs. Rub, rub, rub. So I will share those cards another day that they got. Okay. Or their make and takes. So we have a piece here. So it's going to go on the card. Here. Then we do the next one. So rub, rub, rub. And that's the trick. You just really have to burnish that tear tape, especially when you're putting it on ribbon, because it's a little hard to peel off the ribbon, but it works. All right. And then this one is going to go up here a little further. Like that. And then the green ribbon. And then that's going to go, like looking at the main card. Because mine don't always be identical. Because like I said, I use the Stampin' blends. Okay, so trim that. I could have come down there a little bit, but okay. All right, so let's see here. So then the Relax Your Way, I'm going to put on here, and I'm going to use glue dots for that. Just because it's going to be easier to stick, and I'm using quite a few glue dots because I'm sticking it to ribbon, you know, so you want to have a really good stickiness. All right. So then I need to find my card base, which is right here. And then we're going to put our card together. Now I'm going to use glue dots. So this sits up just a tad. I probably could have used dimensionals even, but I'm just using glue dots. And that's what will just make it come off the card just a little bit. And then I'm going to put it not super straight. I'm going to kind of cattywampus it just a little bit. Let me go up just a tad. So see, it's not all the way straight on there, but look how cute it is with that little cattail, you know, going off. So it just kind of draws your eye all around the card. So you first focus in on Jeffrey, and then, you know, your eye just follow around, and then the paper. So it's just such a fun card. So here's the one I did earlier, because I always do one ahead of time so that I can see what I do wrong or whatever. So they're pretty similar. Not too bad. I mean, and they'll all look a little bit differently, just depending on the DSP, because that DSP looks different. So depending on what strips you put here, so this one's got the knot in it, makes it look different. But this is such a fun, I love this card. So I have I cut for 4, so I want to make 2 more. So I have 4 cards I can send out. But I totally love it. So hope you like that one. And then if you ever want to see a certain card for my Mimeograph Monday, you want to make sure that you let me know what you want to see. Because then if I have the stamp set, I'll totally do it. That way it might be something that caught your eye. The stamp set, no, the stamp set is not retiring. Because I didn't have it marked down as retiring. So, but, and the DSP has carried over, but like the punch is retiring, the ribbons are retiring, the stitched shape die is retiring, so is the forever, that's the 2 ribbons, the classic label punch, the friendly silhouettes, the stitched shapes. I still can't believe stitched shapes. Oh, I'm crying over here. But like I said, I'm still using it. You know, I'll still be using it. I just won't be able to sell it, right? All right, so let's see who's ready for draw number 5. All right, let me, I have such a mess going on here. Oh my gosh. I have stuff everywhere. All right. So this is my countdown to 900K. So I am drawing over the weekend. I got some orders in, which got me to being able to draw number 5. And I'm this far into number 6. And so the host code for March, if you're ordering in March, this is the host code that you're going to use in March. And don't forget that if you haven't placed an order with me since October 2020, and that was 50, you want to make sure that you do it before the 30th of March, and then you'll get a catalog in the mail, because the new catalogs are coming. So if you want to get one of those in the mail. So anyway, so let's draw number 5. Let me spin the thing again. It's like on and off, on and off. All right, so I have my little pail. Now I can't remember who said that this pail, because we were talking about it, come from like a camping. So like this little hook I was talking about, there's like a hook. So then you would hold it like over the fire, I guess. And that's probably why it, you know, I had to really wash it when I got it, and then it's just stained. But anyways, all right. So let's shake them up without knocking them out of the dish. Shake them good. Oh, and my frozen shoulder is like, oh, acting up. I can hardly lift this arm. I can hardly lift my right arm. Ooh, lots in there. Lots. Stir them up, stir them up. Years ago, Eric, when he was littler, okay, I got one. When Eric was littler, he would be the one, like at classes, and he would be the one that would draw, like the door prizes, and the girls would be like, come on, Eric, pick me. And now he's humongous, right? All right, so let's see, who did I pick? Denise Roy. Congratulations, Denise. All right, so what I'll do is I'm going to flip the camera for the 100th time. All right, so what I'm doing is I will tape Denise here. Now, Denise, you want to make sure you holler at me so that I have your correct address. Move this over here. tape, tape, tape. I use tape for everything. So congratulations. All right. So you will get the fifth mini stamp and cut and emboss machine with the extra the little 2-pack like of extra clear plates. So yeah, congratulations, Denise. So make sure you email me so I have your right address, and we will keep going. As soon as April comes, I will have a new hostess code. So and then I'll make sure I send that out or whatever. But you want to make sure if you haven't commented, because like no purchase required, but you have to comment on that blog post that is the original blog post that announces the incentive. So that will still be the same one. So even though in April the hostess code will change, it's still that original blog post that I did in March. So and if you have any questions, just let me know. But so anyway, so thank you so much for joining me today for the Mimeograph Monday, and I will see you tomorrow for my Teach Me Tuesdays, and that's at 3:00 p.m. Arizona time, and then that's in our Facebook group. So if you are not part of our Facebook group, please go over there, and it's Stamping with Die, so the same same thing. I try to have that everywhere, so it's easy to find me, and that's Stamping with a G, and so make sure you pop over there. So Stamping with Die, and join our Facebook group. We have a lot of fun there. I share stuff over there, and it's always fun to do the live chats. So okay, everyone, I will stop blabbing. I will see you tomorrow, and again, congratulations, Denise. And I'll watch for your email. All right. Bye, everybody.